Well, speaking of Microsoft, let's talk about Microsoft. They have said that 30% of their code now is being written by
Mhm,
artificial intelligence. So you have expressed your views about Apple
mhm.
and its CEO, but what about the direction of Microsoft and its CEO?
I wish he ran Apple. I really do. I really do. Like, you ever get like, well, I'm be kind, but on this fine Monday, but sometimes I wish you can do like a CEO trade. I would do cash considerations and equity for sure to get Satya over to fix the problems at Apple. Because brand wise, Apple is a superior company, but the culture has been allowed to thrive a little bit more at Microsoft. So I appreciate the candor. I think him, Zuckerberg, Sundar at Google have done an amazing job. Um, but he's one of the best CEOs I've seen in the last 20 or 30 years, that he just stays focused on the mission of the company and puts together great teams that executes at a high level. Because when Copilot first came out, I hated it. They made improvements there. Even for those who may be critical in the comments tonight, it's like, well, you felt the same way about Google, but then Google released something that made me change sentiment. I didn't change because
Mhm.
I felt like it. Like, they released this, and even if you look at Apple, opposed to um, Google just improving Gemini, they released a suite of products. So now I'm fighting you from 5 angles with Flex and VO and Gemini. Like, and what has Apple done? So I think Microsoft, their event was pretty solid as well. But just the integration of what you can do on their workspaces and their operating system, I think, has been incredibly impressive.
Yeah, I think this next phase of tech won't be who builds the most, but who will learn the fastest.
Hmm.
And I think Microsoft has shown, based over the last 2 to 3 years, that they're learning at an expedited rate. Right, they're
Yep.
seeing the landscape, they're implementing product. Right, they're building interface, and they're making the
Hmm.
right acquisitions.
Hmm.
They're
At
not
the
trying to
right
figure
time.
out like, at the right time, and so all those signs, again, I'm gonna go with you on that, shows
Mhm.
great leadership, but it shows great innovation, even from the cloud service from Azure. Like, where that has grown over the past 10 years has been like phenomenal, right?
Incredible.
It used to just be an AWS situation, and
Yep.
now, all right, you got Google Cloud, you got Azure. It's a three-dog race now, right?
Hmm.
Every quarter, every year, you start to see a little bit more market share leaving AWS. They've just been doing a great job. And so we got to give credit to the leader of the company. But
Hmm.
yeah, it does fail in comparison to what is happening at the other company.
Yeah. It's a night
So
and day comparison. Even in areas you wouldn't expect, like Microsoft Aurora can predict weather patterns, typhoons, air quality. Like, I've been telling Stock Club for the last year and a half, like, that's going to be really important. Even just in, like, on the Bloomberg terminals, you can look and see what oil samples are based on acidity rates. Like, to predict that, to know where you're going to make your next investments, even in commodities, like, Microsoft is just clicking on all scales right now, where it feels like Apple is kind of resting. And I know they've attempted to do things with AI, but it's like, you worked on that car for 10 years. They don't bring that up on his resume. That car was a dumb idea for a 10-year period. For
and
it
he
to
gave
not
up
come
on that.
out,
Right, gave up on that.
the crypto wallet. They had a brilliant crypto wallet idea. What? Like, you could have just integrated things into your ecosystem. What as fanatic as the crypto community is, you would have had a win just by validating some people that didn't do it, drop the ball. So,
Yeah,
but what do I know? Y'all can do what y'all want.
just some
Don't
guys
in
in
2
history,
years.
man.
Don't.